So the day the Earth blew up, a Looney Tunes movie came out on the 14th. I saw not too long ago and totally forgot that, hey, I didn't talk about this. So let's talk about it. Porky and Daffy, two beloved characters in the Looney Tunes franchise, are back. And in this installment, they are brothers and roommates who are going through real life issues, having to get a job to pay for the renovation on their house. They go from job to job because they are loony, and when things get loony, you know things are gonna get destroyed. They finally secure a job thanks to a love interest to Porky named Petunia, and come across chewing gum that has brainwashing capabilities. So it's up to Daffy, Porky, and Petunia to work together to save the world. And working together is key here because Daffy and Porky's brotherhood gets tested a lot in this film. But man, this was so enjoyable, and the fact that this was a 2D animation film, it's exactly what Warner Brothers needed to do. 2D animated films always seem to have a more intimate feel to them, and 2D animation has such an importance in the film industry. The fact that major studios are straying away from 2D animation is absolutely heartbreaking. And just for context, and I promise to get back to the movie review, but the Disney Renaissance that started in 1989 with The Little Mermaid literally saved Disney from coming to an end. And in the time of the Disney Renaissance, we were given movies like Mulan, Tarzan, Hercules, Lion King, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which, by the way, I did do a little bit of a deep dive on that, so if you want, you can check that one out, but I digress. Some of the other staple 2D animation films include the likes of The Iron Giant, Road to El Dorado, Balto, Anastasia, and pretty much every Studio Ghibli film. Needless to say that 2D animation is not only an important part of the film history, the 80s kids, the 90s kids, and even for the most part, the early 2000s kids. So the fact that the day the Earth blew up went back to the basics and gave us that art style is something I will appreciate for a long time. Now, beyond the animation style, the subliminal messages that Looney Tunes is known for was in high effect, especially within the first 30 minutes of this film. There was a Milkshakes reference in there, and if you know what the 2003 song was about, this will not go over your head. And that was just one of the few subliminal messages that was in this film. Also, the humorous nature of Daffy and Porky's relationship was oddly special. Them being farm animals that were not like other animals, and the farmer ended up raising them like his own children, telling them to look out for each other, which gets shaken when the world is in danger. And Porky can't trust Daffy because, you know, Daffy is the most loony of all the characters that we know. But then Porky realizes that you can't change someone's nature to fit your own ideology. Instead, you should embrace it to see how it can blend with your nature to create harmony. And I thought it was beautiful because it can also tie into real life situations. That being said, it did get a little too wacky for me, and even though I do know that it is a kid's film, it is a Looney Tunes film and it's expected to be wacky and loony, there were moments where I was like, tone it down just a little bit. So I wouldn't say that The Day the Earth Blew Up was a perfect film, but honestly, with the revival of 2D animation, as well as the nostalgia that it brought and the themes within it, I thought it was pretty darn good, and I'm gonna be putting it in the A tier, and yeah, that's about it.